Nonso was a successful man in the city. Money came easily to him. Life moved fast, loud, and busy. But after years away, he decided to visit his parents in the village. The journey was long. The road was rough, and with every bump, the city slowly faded behind him. When he arrived, his parents welcomed him with open arms.
It's so good
Their
to
house
see
was
you.
simple,
You too, my
nothing
boy. Welcome
fancy,
home.
but it felt warm,
I missed you
familiar.
too.
As Nonso settled in, something caught his attention. A young woman was sweeping the compound calmly. No rush, no complaints, just quiet focus. She moved with confidence and humility, helping his mother with house chores as if it was her own home. That was the first moment Nonso saw her. She wasn't dressed to impress, no makeup, no flashy clothes, just natural beauty and hard-working hands. For the first time in a long while, Nonso felt his heart pause. In the city, people worked for money. Here, she worked from kindness. He watched as she washed plates, fetched water, and helped his parents without expecting anything in return. When she greeted him, her voice was respectful and calm. There was no fear, no shyness, just sincerity. Nonso tried to help, but village life humbled him quickly. The bucket was heavy. The work was real. She laughed gently, not to mock him, but to encourage him. And in that laughter, something changed. They talked, slow conversations, simple words. She spoke about peace, about contentment, about finding joy in small things. Nonso listened. In the city, conversations were rushed. Here, words had space to breathe. As evening came, the village grew quiet. The sun softened. Children laughed in the distance. Nonso realized something important. This wasn't curiosity. This wasn't attraction alone. This was love, arriving quietly, naturally, unexpectedly. He walked her home along the dusty village path, not because he was rich, but because he cared. When he spoke, there were no promises, no city confidence, just honesty. She listened carefully, because village hearts don't rush love. From a distance, his mother watched. Village women had seen stories like this before. City men came. Village hearts were broken, but this time felt different. That night, Nonso couldn't sleep, not thinking about money, not checking his phone, just thinking about how a simple village girl had touched his heart. The city taught him how to survive, but the village was teaching him how to feel. Sometimes love doesn't meet us in tall buildings or fast cars. Sometimes love meets us while sweeping compounds, washing plates, and reminding us who we really are. And in that quiet village, love began. Nonso returned to the city a different man. The buildings were still tall, the roads still busy, the money still waiting, but something was missing. Back in his apartment, the silence felt louder than the village nights. His phone buzzed nonstop, yet none of it mattered. Meetings, deals, deadlines. His mind kept drifting back to the village, to dusty paths, soft laughter, and a girl who found joy in small things. Days passed, but Nonso couldn't shake the feeling. He wasn't distracted by work. He wasn't unhappy. He was unsettled. One evening, he met his friend Tunde at a quiet lounge in the city. They had known each other for years. Tunde knew Nonso before success found him. As they sat down, Tunde noticed it immediately. Nonso wasn't himself. The confidence was still there, but the fire had softened. When Tunde asked what was wrong, Nonso hesitated. Then slowly, he began to talk. He spoke about going back to the village, about his parents, about the quiet life he had forgotten. And then, he spoke about her. A simple village girl, hard-working, peaceful, different from anyone he had ever met. As Nonso talked, his voice changed. The words slowed, his eyes softened. He told Tunde how she helped his mother, how she laughed without pretending, how she spoke about contentment like it was wealth. Tunde listened carefully. When Nonso finished, there was a brief silence. Then Tunde smiled. He told Nonso something he didn't expect. He said money can buy comfort, but it cannot buy peace. He said many men chase beauty in the city and end up lonely in big houses. Then he looked at Nonso and said, "If a woman made you feel this way without trying, you don't ignore that." Nonso leaned back, quiet. Tunde continued. He said love doesn't always shout. Sometimes it whispers. He said the city teaches people how to pretend, but the village teaches people how to be real. Then he said the words that stayed with Nonso all night. If your heart followed her back to the city, then you already know what to do. Go back. Marry her. Those words hit Nonso deeper than any business deal ever had. That night, Nonso drove home slowly. The city lights blurred past him, but his mind was clear for the first time. He realized something powerful. Success had given him everything, except peace. And peace was what he felt in the village, in the laughter, in the simplicity, in her presence. Nonso stood by his window looking out at the city skyline. For years he had chased this view, but now it felt empty. For the first time, he wasn't afraid of choosing differently, because sometimes the greatest decision a man makes is not about money, but about where his heart truly belongs. And deep down, Nonso already knew.